If you are a woman struggling with a porn addiction, I want you to know you are not disgusting, broken, or alone. You're just trying to feel something, probably something real, and I see you. Maybe you've tried to quit hundreds of times, but you feel like every time you try, you just go back. Maybe you feel disgusted with yourself because you feel like it's unladylike. Guys are supposed to do this thing. Ladies aren't supposed to do this thing, and people are going to look at me a certain kind of way and think I'm a certain kind of girl. Well, I'm here to help you with that. Here's the truth about it. The more meaningless your life often feels, the more likely you are to get addicted to something that gives you instant pleasure. And I want you to understand, orgasm gives you a powerful amount of pleasure. And it's not just you, it's for everyone. And not just now, it's for thousands of years. Biologically, we are produced to produce, essentially. Our species is produced to make more of us. So, guys, feels so good because the way our body works is that if it feels good, we're more likely to do it. And if we're more likely to do it, then we're more likely to have children. I want you to understand that because I don't want you to think that it's necessarily a problem with you when you feel it so intensely for some odd reason. It's essentially because that's what our species was made to do. And that thing is made to feel good and give you an instant, powerful sense of pleasure. Now, the problem often happens is when our lives a lot of times feel meaningless, we use it to feel alive. A lot of people use that feeling to feel like they're alive, to feel like their life means something, to feel something to stop that numbness. And I want you to understand that because a lot of times people think, well, I must be promiscuous and I must just really like to do it. And a lot of times there really isn't a direct correlation between having a porn addiction and actually being promiscuous or things like that. It's actually a deeper connection between having that addiction and actually being or feeling like, I should say, there is no meaning in your life and you literally just want to feel something. And it just so happens the way our bodies are biologically set up, that is the most powerful things that you actually can feel to feel not numb or when you're numb. Now, the more you watch it, it requires you to want that stimulation more and more and crave it more. And this can often cause you to feel bored in a lot of relationships that you may have with a partner or a spouse because they don't have the theatrics of, let's just say, watching those videos. Those videos are very theatrical. They're honestly everything that you can imagine. They're supposed to be a fantasy. And so a lot of times too, you can feel like in relationships, people are boring or like they just don't do it for you or it just doesn't feel like it's enough. And it's because your mind and sometimes your body has even become addicted to such that high form of stimulation. Now, I want you to understand, I am not here to shame you. I'm not here to honestly make you feel bad. I am here to help you get your power back. I want you to understand that this situation does not define you at all or define your body at all. I also want you to understand this does not make you weak. I do not want you to think that, oh, I'm weak and something must be wrong with me. No, you are trying to emotionally cope with some of the things that you are going through. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you in this video learn how to cope because once you learn how to better cope with what you're going through, then you're more likely to be susceptible to these addictions. So here I'm going to give you 5 steps you can use to help with that. The first one, just don't watch it today. The problem that you may have is you are thinking about the future way too much. You're like, how am I going to not watch it this next day? How am I not going to watch it on Tuesday? How am I not going to watch it on Wednesday, Thursday? Just focus on today. Tell yourself, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Tell yourself that. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. But I want you to tell yourself that every single day. Only focus on the willpower it will require you to stop watching it today. Do not focus on the willpower it will require you to stop ever watching it again. Focus on today. Tell yourself, I'll watch it tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, I'll watch tomorrow. Focus on the day-to-day form of trying to stop the addiction or like just stop doing it, honestly. Don't even necessarily look at it as an addiction. Just look at it as something I'm not doing today. And eventually you'll get to that point where you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even think about it anymore because it's no longer in the front of your brain. The next one is structure. The number one cause for a relapse is literally just boredom. You feel bored and you're like, I might as well do this thing. Use a schedule to structure your day so your day is literally packed to the point where you don't even have time to do this thing. When you are just laying around, when you have nothing to do, it's easy to fall back into that addiction because that is what you know. So I want you from the start of your day to the end of the day, literally plan it out to the point where to finish everything that you have on that schedule, you don't even have time to do that thing. In the beginning, it is going to be a lot. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's going to be a lot because you're trying to put so much stuff, you're adding new things. This is a great time to possibly try doing some hobbies as well. But eventually, like I said, it's Also, with the last one, it will become a thing of it not even being in the front of your brain, and it becomes a thing of always stay out of sight, out of mind. The next one is reconnecting with real people. A lot of times too, this is just your body craving affection. Your body wants to feel some kind of affection because that's just a normal human desire to have, and you don't have that a lot. So this means that you are hugging your friends. This means that you are going out and laughing with friends. This means that you are going out and really interacting with people. Even laying next to someone sometimes can be a form of affection. I think we often think it's because we want to do it all the time and we're promiscuous, and it's like, no, your body is just craving affection, but you don't connect with people. So your body said, well, the easiest way for us to get it is watching these videos, so we might as well do this. So just try to make sure that you are often connecting with people consistently. Like I said, with friends, hugging them, kisses on the cheek, intimacy as far as laughing with them, and just like having good conversations. I feel like it's something we're definitely missing a lot more in this generation, and I feel like that's another reason why, these addictions have possibly been on the rise. Another one is reduce stimulation. So especially when you start using toys and things like that, it can stimulate you to the point where when you are with a real partner, it cannot feel like enough. So reducing stimulation as far as that is definitely good. But also as far as, and I talk about this in so many videos because I make self-growth content, and one of the worst things for self-growth nowadays is social media. Reducing that kind of stimulation as well. I think when we just have a heightened sense of dopamine, a heightened sense of stimulation, we try to get it in so many different areas. And that is oftentimes the area where, we fall to the wayside with. So try to, if you do it, I'm not saying that's the most horrible thing to do, but do it in, let's say, periods. You want to watch a video, okay, maybe you want to use a toy this day, but then you're like, next time I do it, I won't. Next time I do it, I will. Whatever the case seems like that, you flip a coin. But essentially, especially not using toys and different things like that all the time, because once you become overly stimulated, a normal person is not going to satisfy you. And the final one is stop shaming yourself. I always say, and this might sound weird for this topic, but talk to yourself as if you're talking to your little sister. The problem is we often shame ourselves. We often put ourselves on punishment when we do things that we felt like we shouldn't have did. And we're like, you're so dumb, and you should have did this, and you should have did that. And it's like, stop being so mean to yourself. Tell yourself, you know what, we possibly shouldn't have did that. And next time we're not going to do that again. And I, apologize that, that possibly made us feel bad, or we didn't want to do that thing. And hearing yourself say it sometimes sounds a little crazy, or a little like, it just sounds weird, but it's because we're so used to talking negatively to ourselves that when we talk positively, it seems weird and it seems like it's a forced thing. And in the beginning, it probably is going to be a little bit forced, but eventually, like I said, with everything, it's going to be a part of your routine. So essentially, stop shaming yourself for this thing. Like I said, you're using it as a coping mechanism. It's nothing necessarily wrong with, a lot of times you being promiscuous, like I said, and all these other things. It's an emotional thing that you're trying to cover up. And a lot of times you want to feel something. Now, I gave you the plan and everything, but I want you to understand, if nothing changes, then this cycle never stops. And if this cycle never stops, you are going to have less good relationships in your life. You're going to be less confident. You're going to feel less love, because you have to understand the amount of time and energy that you are giving to this thing means it is taking away from your real world experiences. So it's going to be harder for you to connect with people emotionally. It might be harder for you to have conversations with people. It might be harder for you to interact with people, and honestly even find a partner, because your body, your mind has become so used to these theatrics, this fantasy, this giving you exactly what you want, how you want it, when you want it. So when you with a real person that has flaws, that might not always be perfect, it's like, well, that's not enough. Well, that's boring. Well, you have this problem. You're not willing to work through things, and just so many other things. It just honestly deteriorates the quality of your relationship. So I want you to understand, the more time you give to this thing, the less quality relationships that you will have in your life. Now, I want you to start with just doing one day. Today, tell yourself, not today. That's all we're going to start with. Like I said, I don't want you being like, oh my gosh, we're never going to do this today, ever again. Convince yourself, today we are not going to do this thing today. And then we're going to do that day by day by day. I want you to imagine how it feels to wake up and not feel like, last night I shouldn't have did that. Imagine how it would feel to be with a partner and feel like you are seen and know how to communicate with them, and not feel like someone is always going to judge you, or that you have to hide a big secret. That is the life that you can live once you realize healing is not about being perfect. It's about choosing yourself every single day. As I said before, this thing does not define you, and this thing does not make you weak. It's nothing wrong with you. You just need to learn how to deal with your emotions. Now, if you feel like this video was helpful for you and you got any good things out of it, you can comment below, I choose myself today. And also, if you know someone who is struggling with this in private, you can share this video with them as well. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I create content helping you transform your life in so many ways. And there were just so many people who were commenting under one of my most recent videos talking about how to end addiction of having this addiction. So I felt like it was one of the perfect videos to make, saying that so many people were going through it and so many people were struggling with it. So thank you guys so much and have a great one. And don't forget to come back every Sunday and every Wednesday for a new video. And also go below to follow my TikTok, my Pinterest, my podcast if you want to listen to it like that, and have a great one.